What's up, everybody? This is Vance with Six String Country, and today we're taking a look at If You Could Read My Mind, written and recorded by Gordon Lightfoot. Got two really intricate acoustic guitar parts for you today. The first part is kind of a rolling finger-style rhythm. Two different patterns we'll kind of run with the whole time, just followed through the chords. And then the second part is an amalgamation of different things, different types of parts, but a cool lead lesson on the acoustic with some different fills, some different cross-picking patterns, and even some chunky block chords here and there. So yeah, lots to do. Definitely one of the trickier songs that we'll show you guys how to play, but definitely give it a shot. It should be a lot of fun.
If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong, with chains upon my feet. You know that ghost is me, and I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost you can't see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sell. When you reach the part where the heartaches come, the hero would be me. Heroes often fail.
What's up, everybody? This is the rhythm lesson for If You Could Read My Mind. And for this song, we're in the key of A. And for this part, we have our capo on the 2nd fret, and we're playing like we're in the key of G. So our G shapes, G's, C's, and D's, all those kinds of things. And so there's two main patterns that we're going to follow in the right hand. So we're going to start without even worrying about the left hand. Just go ahead and mute the strings over there. Take your thumb, and we'll have that on the low E string, on the 6th string. First finger, index on the G string on the 3rd string. Second finger, middle finger on the 2nd string, on the B string. And the first pattern is going to be thumb, index, middle, thumb, and then your thumb will bounce up to the 4th string. So thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index. So a whole bar, it's all 8th notes. It will sound kind of like this. Just like that. Thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index. Right? And then the other pattern, you kind of just invert your middle and index finger. So it'll be thumb, middle, index, thumb, middle, index. And then the opposite pattern would be all we're doing is changing whether or not our middle or index finger goes first. And so that's the pattern. Those are the two patterns we'll switch between pretty much throughout the entirety of the song. And then you just take it through variations based on what chord you're playing. And then you adjust your left hand, and that's kind of how it goes. So starting with the intro, we're just playing that first chord we talked about. So, and then on that very last note of the bar, we add our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret to kind of turn it into a G add 9 sound. And we alternate those patterns. So first bar, 2nd bar. Keep going. So for the intro, I think with all of that covered, we're ready to try some of the sections up the tempo. All right, so here is the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. And then here's the verses, a lot like the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. goes the verses. Here's the pre-chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strings. And this part is definitely tricky. You got a lot of things to cover because you've got some lead lines, some fills, some actual melodies where the acoustic is really just playing the melody, some spots where you're playing little block chords, rhythms, some where you're doing a whole other cross-picking thing. So lots to cover here, but we're jamming it all into one part, and I'm going to show you as much of it as we can. So starting at the intro, we've got these fills or lead lines, whatever you want to call them, starting on the third bar of the intro, and it comes in on the and of 3, so 1, 2, 3. And that's the first part of it, and we'll play that, or a variation of that, a lot throughout the song. So we start with our first finger on the 5th fret of the B string, and then we roll up to the 5th fret of the E string, the high E string. So got to get used to that roll motion with our first finger. So roll up, and then we grab the 7th fret of the high E string with our third finger. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we hold that out and play the same rhythm, and 4, and. So that time we just re-attack. It's a lot prettier and it gives it more of the effect that we're going for. So we start on a D. So we're going to grab our 2nd fret with our first finger on the G string, open D of course, and then 3rd fret with our 2nd finger on the B string, and then we've got our open E. So be sure that you've got your nice and on your fingertips so that we can hear that open E ringing. And then when we do that little jangly part, we're going to reach up to the 5th fret with our pinky to grab that E as well. So we got both E's here in different spots. And then just re-attack the D on that last 8th note heading down to the next chord. Then to this A over C sharp. So your 1st and 4th fingers of your left hand stay in the exact same spot. And then we're just going to add our 3rd finger to the 4th fret of the A string. But it's the same pattern. And then this chord, this can be tough to grab, this B sus. We're barring our 1st finger. 2, 3, 4, rest. Rest. There's verse 1. Here is the pre-chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest.
It's gone and I just can't get it